You are listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast.
What is going down? It is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you are listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. Welcome back, guys. It's been a long week. Finally getting better, starting to come back to my senses. I sound a whole lot better now. Still not 100%, about 85%, but I'm almost there and good enough to get up, move around, and get back to my regular scheduled programming, if you will. I appreciate you guys who listened to the podcast last week and were able to sustain that podcast, because I know it was terrible sounding. I know it was a lot to listen to, but I just want to say that I appreciate you guys for listening. I actually had a lot of new listeners come in on that episode. I didn't want it to be that episode, but hey, the most important thing that matters is that we had new listeners. So for everybody who listen to that podcast, I thank you. For everybody who's listening now, I love you and thank you as well. And I hope that you guys continue to listen. There's going to be rough patches. There's going to be things like that's going to happen. People get sick or whatever. And, I just chose to mold straight through it and continue. And like I said before, if I'm, not dying, then I'm going to record, whether I'm sick with the flu or whatever, man, especially if I have, something to say. And if you guys have something that you want to listen to. So that's what I'm here for, man. But today's show, guys, we got a little bit to talk about, man. There's a lot of shit going on out here in these video game streets, man, and a little bit going on as well in these anime streets. But we're going to talk about a lot of different things today. We're going to talk about Panzer Dragoon. If you guys aren't familiar with that, that is a classic game from, the Sega Saturn days. We're also going to, talk a little bit about Resident Evil and, their company, Capcom. I have a lot to say about fucking Capcom. Street Fighter 5, we're going to talk some about that. We're also going to talk about, Red Dead Online. Yes, there was an update, and yeah, man, we're going to dive into that. Also, we're going to talk a little bit about some stuff coming to Netflix, man, something I'm excited about. A couple things I'm actually excited about that could possibly be coming to Netflix, and one is already coming. So that's cool. Also, excuse me, going to talk about Smash Brothers. Yes, I picked it up. I played it. I'm going to tell you, what I feel, and we're going to get into that as well. Also, we're going to touch on what I'm watching, man. What have I been watching? Of course, you guys know I was laid up for this past week. I was sick. Couldn't really do shit, man. So, what did I play? What did I watch? Spend a whole bunch of time drinking lots of fluids, eating lots of fucking chicken noodle soup, and watching a lot of anime and playing some games too, man. So I'm going to get into that. So let's get started with the show. All right, guys, the first thing I want to touch on real quick is I'm going to fly by this one right fast, man. It's about the PlayStation Classic. Now, the PlayStation Classic, if you guys don't know, which most of you should, it was, put out there, and it's not doing well at all. It's basically considered a flop, man, because like I said, they put it out, bare bones. A lot of the titles that, it came with, a lot of fans were not happy with them. And for the, $100 price point, it just wasn't working, and it wasn't worth it. Most people who do have it, for the most part, I'm assuming they're using it for, basically to take and add other games, other emulators on there and use it for that purpose. Because honestly, that's probably the best thing. If you own one of these right now, that's what I would do if I had one. I thought $100 was too much anyway, and it wasn't worth it, man. 20 games, that, aren't really hard to find in the first place. And like I said before, a lot of them aren't really that good. But yeah, I just had to brush up on that real quick. I mean, if you own it and love it, hey, more power to you. As long as you enjoy it, it's all good. But for the ones that didn't buy it, and I understand why you didn't, yeah. So I'll leave it at that. I'm just disappointed in Sony for this, man, because 99 times out of 100, man, Sony's going to put out a decent product. They always have, and they usually always will. So, to see this, kind of flop like it did, it kind of hurt a little bit. But, that is what it is. So I'll leave it at that. Next thing I want to brush up on, guys, is the Panzer Dragoon 1 and 2. Now, if you guys don't know about these games are classics, man, on the, Sega Saturn. I remember these games so well and loved them so much, man. Kind of like a RPG, action adventure type of game. And the good news is, we're getting remakes. So they're going to remake Panzer Dragoon 1 and Panzer Dragoon 2. Right now, they're currently in development as we speak. The only bad downside to this is probably the fact that it's not coming out anytime soon. Right now they're talking about the end of 2019, and that's just the first one. They're not going to put them out at the same time. They're going to drag it out, which I don't understand. I think they should just put them both out. But, just the industry we live in, so it is what it is. But a lot of people, I've been hearing they're worried. There's some people out here worried about it because they're saying that, the company's saying that they might be, remaking the whole thing. I guess I'm assuming that means the way that the game plays or whatnot, maybe trying to, I guess, bring the controls up to today's standards, if you will, kind of like something they did with Shadows of the Colossus, the remake with that. But I'm gonna, have faith and hope that they, leave the controls alone, or if they do change the controls, do what they did with Shadows of the Colossus, which is basically keep the old school controls in there for the people who want to still play that way and people who remember playing it that way, but also add a additional option with the different control layout, for people who, are new to the game, and which most of us will probably be new to the game. A lot of you younger gamers and stuff will, but, so keep them both in and keep what made it work then and add some new stuff now. So as long as they do that, man, it shouldn't be any problems. But like I said, the game is a long way out. We really don't know, too much about it, but I'm sure as we get closer and closer to the release of these games, we'll get more information, and I'll definitely be covering that because I love these games and I will be buying these. Now, the other question I have on this is that there's no info on what systems these games are going to be released on. Now, I'm assuming definitely PlayStation 4, definitely Xbox One, because I think one of them are on Xbox One currently right now, if I'm not mistaken, but could be wrong. But really what I'm worried about is the Nintendo Switch. Now, I'm just assuming here that it's going to be on the Nintendo Switch, and I hope that it is on the Nintendo Switch. That's the format I'm hoping to play it on, the Nintendo Switch. Like I said, I'm just trying to get that Nintendo Switch library fattened up a little bit, and it would be so dope to play it on the go. That'd be definitely something that I would be looking forward to. So hopefully they make it a cross-platform title and let everybody get a chance to play this. I don't see why they wouldn't. I mean, it was published by Sega, so I think that this should happen for the Switch as well. But yeah, man, that is the news on that Panzer Dragoon Saga 1 and 2, man. Let's get it. All right, man. This is something that I'm going to bring up. And, I've talked about this before. I even have videos on it on my channel. You guys should check out. Capcom is really starting to really piss me off, man. And, it's one thing with Street Fighter, but it's another thing when you start to, give it to all of your titles. You incorporate this in a lot of your titles. Now, apparently, and I don't understand how this is even going to work, but apparently Capcom is going to have microtransactions in Resident Evil 2, the remake. Okay. I don't know what they plan on doing with this or how this is going to work, but apparently this is a thing. They will have microtransactions, some shape, form, or fashion. And I'm not happy. I'm not pleased with this. It worries me, man, a lot. And, the more and more that I think about it, the more upset I become because, if we don't nip this shit in the butt, in my opinion, man, this definitely could go on and continue to fester and grow into something that is hideous and unacceptable, man. And to the point of where we cross a point of no return. Capcom is bold, and I mean, when they put out Street Fighter V, let's keep it real with each other. It was a shit game when it first came out, and if you ask me today, I mean, they're still fucking greedy as hell. I mean, everything costs there. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna get to Capcom too, because I'm gonna get to Street Fighter. Excuse me. This is what really drives me wild, man. And I think I'm done with Street Fighter V, man, at least for quite some time. I'm not going to pick that game up, even though I enjoy playing it with friends and playing online sometimes. I think I'm done for a while, man. I might even be done for, who knows how long I'm going to be done for, but I'm really pissed, and I'm not going to be playing this, man, anytime soon, because every time I turn around, it seems like Capcom has got their fucking hand out and they're always asking for money, Now, you would think that they would take care of their fans, who bought the game early on or day one or whatnot, but they don't, man. I mean, everything is money. Everything is cost. Now, if you want to unlock all these characters and you want all these things available, you have to buy the updated version of the game, the arcade edition of the game. It doesn't make sense. Why not give everybody the same and bless everybody? I just don't understand it, man. But peep this, okay? Street Fighter V is going to have loot boxes. All right. They're going to have loot boxes in the future, and also, in-game advertising. Yes, you heard it correctly. In-game advertising. I'm sure some of you guys may have heard about this, but a lot of you may not. And basically what they're going to do with this is when you go to the select screen and you pick, say you want to pick Ryu, Ryu is going to have, basically advertisements on his gloves and on his fucking, karate, his gi. So his outfit will have, logos, and his gloves will have logos on them. You know what I mean? And I feel some type of way about that, man. I mean, I really do. Now, the fucked up thing about this whole thing is you can actually go in. They're going to allow you to go into the settings and turn it off. Like, you can just say, fuck it, I don't want these ads in here. I'm going to turn it off. And they said, cool, you can do that. But if you go in and you turn the ads off, guess what happens? If you go turn the ads off, basically you penalize yourself. In other words, you get less fight money with the ads off. So they're going to punish you for choosing not to play with the ads on. Even though you bought the game, and even though a lot of us have had this game for years and don't want to fuck with the ads, we get penalized for it. So if we don't leave the ads on, then we're fucked. We'll get less in-game currency, in-game fight money, which we don't get a lot of anyway in the fucking first place. And what really pisses me off as well is you can't buy everything with fucking fight money. You can't. There's a lot of things locked behind actual paywalls. So in other words, if I wanted to get an outfit for Sakura, which I tried to do, a few weekends back, and I tried to do it with fight money, but guess what? It's not purchasable with fight money, guys. It's not. And what's so crazy is her main outfit, the one she's known for, the schoolgirl outfit, you would think that would be easily purchased, with fight money, even if you grinded your ass off for fight money. But no, it's not. That's one outfit that you cannot buy with fight money. You have to literally go in to the website, to the PlayStation Store or Xbox Store or whatever, and you have to buy that. You have to pay, I think it's $3.99 for that shit. Either $3.99 or $4.99 for that. A fucking ripoff, man. Same thing with, the stages. Everything is not accessible with fight money, and it doesn't fucking make sense. So basically they're saying only a few things are, and you have to, so basically they're basically, bottlenecking us into going to the store and actually spending money on it. And then when I saw that, I said, man, I'm done. I put the shit up and I'm done, man. It doesn't make any fucking sense that this has to happen, why this is happening. Capcom, man, I swear, they're probably one of my most hated companies right now. And then you're going to pour mud and dirt on top of a beautiful game that is coming, next year, early next year, in Resident Evil 2, the remake, man. A game I've been looking forward to for so long and cannot wait to play. And now you're going to add microtransactions in this? I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. I'm getting fed up and I'm getting very, very pissed, man. I mean, I'm trying to keep my composure in this podcast, but it's quite hard right now when I think about Capcom and what they're doing. And a lot of other game companies are trying to follow suit. Thank God that some of these guys have been stopped in their tracks, and the people, have spoken on a lot of these things. And I continue to hope that it continues to go on like that. I mean, if we don't say anything, if we don't hold our money, then it's not going to stop. More and more people, more and more of these companies are going to get brave. They're going to get thirsty, and they're going to come and try to follow suit. And that's not what we want. That's not what we want gaming to be. That's why, believe it or not, that is why a lot of retro gaming is so big and why it's growing right now too. Because you can go pick up these older games, these older systems, and you don't have to worry about all that stuff. It's like going to go buy, WCW NWO Revenge on Nintendo 64, and picking it up and putting it in before you can play. You can't unlock everything because you need to go online and do this and do that before you can get these said moves or whatever. It's, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about that. The game is already made. It's been done. And what you have is what you get. And that's how I think it should be for the most part with these titles going forward. I don't want to see a download unless it's a patch for, an issue that, you guys couldn't correct in time or whatnot. That's just my opinion. And if it's not ready, just don't put the fucking game out. You know what I mean? That would save a lot of people a lot of time. Trying to rush it. Capcom, rushed Street Fighter V so hard, man. And it didn't even have a standard arcade mode with it. I mean, and then years later, they re-released the game and call it Arcade Edition, which should have been in the game in the first place. Man, I'm speechless. I don't know what else to say. But that's my stance, man, on Capcom right now. And if you're listening, Capcom, fuck you. All right. I said it, meant it. For somebody who buys your products and supports you, I can say that. I believe I'm allowed to say that because, I paid full price for that Street Fighter game. And I'm going to be paying full price for, Resident Evil 2, the remake, and pray that you don't fuck this game over and pray that you don't fuck it up, man. I really am going to say a prayer. I thought we were out of the water when it came to the games like this. It's a different genre. It's not the same thing. Okay. I've almost grown to accept the fact that, Street Fighter, that's it. That's what it is. You know what I mean? But not fucking Resident Evil, man. Please don't do this shit to Resident Evil. Don't do it, man. Yeah, I'm done with that. I'm gonna leave it alone because I'm getting pissed off. But okay. Anyway, let's move on. I'm gonna talk a little bit about Red Dead now. More boo boo on top of more boo boo. Let's do it. Yeah. Well, there was a new update in Resident Evil Online, and basically the prices are out now. And I've been watching a lot of content creators and listening to just people on Twitter and, just picking everybody's brain about, what's going on, how they feel about what's going on in the online mode. And me personally, man, I'm not going to be playing online. Not right now. Now, Rockstar has stated that they have a lot of things in the works, a lot of updates coming that are gonna, have more modes and adding more things, and that's cool. I knew that, it was gonna take time for some of this stuff to come out, and when it becomes to get, a little bit more robust, then I'll jump back in. But right now, no. In other words, I need more things to do to make money in game. That's what I'm trying to do. Now, they did change some of the prices, some of the currency, but not by a lot. Shit's still very OP, very expensive, still lopsided as fuck. And right now it doesn't warrant playing right now on the servers, for it. Now, if there's if you got dozens of different modes in there, then there's maybe, a dozen things you might be able to find that you like to play. And then you can kind of, get your money that way. But as far as the gold bars and everything like that is concerned, man, it doesn't look good. I mean, here's the list right here. Here's the list. I'm going to read it off to you guys, and I'm going to read off what it costs and how much you get for what you pay. Right now, the lowest on the totem pole, we're going from lowest to highest here. For 25 gold bars, that's going to cost $9.99 plus tax. Okay. For 55 gold bars is going to cost $19.99 plus tax. For 150 gold bars, it's going to cost you $49.99. All right. For 245 gold bars, it's going to run you $74.99. And last but not least, 350 gold bars is going to cost you $99.99. Okay. Now, when you think about the currency in this game and you think about how much, gold bars are actually worth or what they will actually buy for you in this game, a perfect idea would be something like, say you have a pistol and you want that pistol to be all gold, all solid gold, every piece and every part. Now, for a typical gun, you have about 5 or 6 different pieces. Well, 4 or 5 different pieces on a gun. And each part is going to could run you anywhere from, 4 gold bars and higher, up some even higher than that, up to 8 to 10. It just depends on what part it is and what you're trying to change, what colors. Now, here's the fucked up thing about this whole thing. Once you buy a color, or once you unlock, if you will, say you buy a trigger, you want a gold trigger, right? Cool. And you pay, 5 gold bars or 10 gold bars for that. Okay. You might be thinking, well, okay, I paid for this trigger for my gun, it cost me 10 gold bars. All right. Let's change it back. I want to change it back now. Since I bought the gold bar, I should be able to change it back to the original color. No, sir. No, ma'am. You can't do that. That's not how it works. If you want to change it back, you're going to have to pay again in gold bars to change it back. Yes. So every little thing you do, every little step you fucking take, they're taxing you. Okay. They're bending you over nice and slowly, and they're going to whisper, in your ear, and then they're going to fuck you. And after they're done, okay, they're going to take the money off the dresser and they're going to walk away. No kiss afterwards. No, see you later. No, I had a great time. None of that shit. They're just going to take their money and they're going to walk away. Now that I have a problem with, even more so than these inflated prices on some of this stuff. That's the dilemma that I have right now with what's going on with their currency online, man. That's the problem that I have. Now, I mean, just that list that I read off to you, man, it's just crazy how, you buy a game and you pay $64 and change after tax, and this is what you get. Now, granted, I didn't pick this game up for the online mode anyway. I picked it up for, the story portion of the game. Like I said, the online mode was just the cherry on top, and I knew, when you got a new game like this and it's going to be a brand new, IP when it comes to, how the online works and everything like that. I knew it was going to be time. It's going to take time. And I really didn't think I was going to have much fun on it right now, because it is very, very bare bones. And these prices right now are live. So for the few modes that they have right now, and for what they give you for doing some of this stuff, you don't get shit. I mean, you can't even go and, go rob a bank or go rob a stagecoach, do something and get a major chunk of money off of right now. They don't set you up like that. Not like if you play the regular story mode. That's what I want. I want to be able to do some of these things in the regular story where you can actually get a nice payday, a decent payday, if you go out on your own or with your team to get money or get gold bars. But that's not right now. That's not working. You can't do these things. So it doesn't make sense to spend, a YouTuber I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. I can't remember his name, but he basically did, broke it down mathematically of how much time it would take to get set amount of gold bars, that you would need. And it was staggering. It was anywhere from 40 to 60 hours for, like, I'm telling you, it was shit. So you'd have to spend all this time and to give the results were just so bad. You know what I mean? It was not worth it. And I'm like, what the fuck are you going to do online right now for 40 to 60 hours? There's really nothing too much to do. The modes are kind of boring and they're just bare bones, and it's not a lot to do, except for go around and troll motherfuckers. I mean, that's pretty much it, or get trolled. I mean, you know what I mean? So it's not worth it in my opinion, man, at all. And I don't know how long it's going to be before it actually does start to look that way. And like I said, there's going to be adjustments, hopefully. Now somebody was saying that he feels that Rockstar is basically using the word beta as a fucking shield so that people won't start crucifying them, from what's been going on right now. So somebody doesn't spark that flame. Some content creator doesn't, put out a video, and then everybody starts to, the domino effect starts to happen. And then, Rockstar gets ran out of the building. And, I can't argue with them. I mean, that could be possible. They're putting beta on there because, yes, technically it is a bare bones kind of thing right now. But at the same time, could Rockstar be using the word beta, just to protect themselves as far as, these prices and everything like that, and saying that we're doing it like this because we just want to get the feedback from people. But the reason why, I'm trying to give Rockstar, the benefit of the doubt right now is because they're Rockstar. And I've mentioned this before, and I'm trying to ride it out, and I'm trying to hold my breath with these guys and hope that they get the picture and hope that they, realize this stuff, because it's not the same as GTA 5, man. It's not. It's apples and oranges. You know what I mean? In GTA 5, man, there's all kinds of weapons. There's hundreds of different weapons and vehicles and, all these different places and stuff you can buy. We're not here yet with Red Dead yet. You know what I mean? So to get these outlandish prices right now, it just doesn't make sense. Now, I would see them, coming out with something on a low tier end as far as, currency and how much things are costing right now. Because like I said, there's not a lot of guns. There's not a lot of anything right now, and then gradually raise it as more things get put into the game, as more updates come. That's how it, in my opinion, that's how I think it should happen. But right now it's not. They're basically laying it on us thick right now and praying that, when they, bring out more content that, it might, lessen the load, if you will. But I don't know if I see that. And I guess we're going to find out, because right now it doesn't look good, man. Yeah, it just doesn't. I'm not happy with it. I'm not having fun playing this mode right now, playing Red Dead Online, and that's why I haven't been doing it. It just takes too long to grind, and a lot of these things, like I said before, a lot of these things, it's not even about the money. It's about, it's about the rank. Because even if you do, earn a lot of cash, and a lot of people do have fat pockets out here in these streets, you still, hey, no, you're not 32 yet. So how long is it going to take me to get to level 32, man? Hours upon hours upon hours, days. It's going to take that long. So you can kiss that shotgun goodbye right now. You know what I mean? Unless you got gold bars, and if you want to buy some gold bars, hey, it's going to cost you this and it's cost you that. So yeah, it's not good right now. And you know what? Hey, hopefully the fans and everybody playing this will get in their shit when it needs to be done and correct all these mistakes, because these fucking, these in-game transactions and, now ads and games and shit like that, it's stupid, man. That's why online gaming sometimes it's a double-edged sword, because it's just, you have to be online to play this, even if you don't want to be online. Like, I don't know, man. That Street Fighter shit is really rubbing me the wrong fucking way. And then when I talk about what, Red Dead is doing right now, what Rockstar is doing, it just, I don't know what to say, man. I mean, when is enough? You know what I mean? I feel like these motherfuckers are in a Narcos episode, where they had their money, that they're making their money and they're doing their thing. But no, you had to go fuck with the cocaine. You had to fucking, take that extra step and get more money, get greedier and greedier. You know what I mean? But you keep being thirsty the way that you are. And I'm telling you right now, man, it's not going to go good for you. And I'm talking to you, Rockstar. I'm also talking to you, Capcom. You better slow your fucking roll. All right? Because I'm telling you right now, my cup runneth over. And sooner or later, man, I won't be the only one. And I'm quite positive I'm not the only one right now as we speak. But pretty soon, man, there's gonna be nothing you can do that's gonna save you. I'm just trying to keep it real, and I'm putting you on Front Street, and I'm letting you know now. Stop it while you're ahead. Stop it. But go ahead and get bold if you want to, and come out here. And when you flop, and hey, don't go crying then. But yeah, guys, I mean, what do you guys think? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear, what you guys have to say about what's been going on in the gaming industry right now, with all these companies doing this bullshit. I'd like to know. And that's why you have to have alternatives too, have to have some alternatives, man, because, I simply won't fuck with it. I simply will not play it if I have to deal with this type of shit. If I pay for a game and I pay full price for a game, I don't want, I don't want the fuckery. You know what I mean? So if that's what I see, then I'm backing up. I'm shutting it down. So that's what we have to do, guys. That's the only way they're going to wake up and make changes. Motherfuckers are getting too greedy. Anyway, I'm going to leave that alone now, man. I've been rambling on about this shit. I'm going to stop. But I do want to talk about Smash Brothers. Yes, I have been playing Smash Brothers, man. As you guys know, I've been sick this past week, so I just been in the man cave, man, just sitting under the covers, man, playing games and watching a lot of shit, anime, and I'll get to that in Two Shakes of Lamb's Tail. But right now, yeah, I want to talk a little bit about Smash Brothers, man, because it's a fucking dope game. I wasn't really a big Smash guy. Confession. Yeah, I'm putting that on the table. Wasn't a big Smash guy. Got into this game because just everybody was talking about it, was in the air, and everybody saying this is one of the must-own games besides Breath of the Wild that you should have on the Switch. And so I gave it a go and have been enjoying the fuck out of it. It is definitely a fun game. It is definitely, art to playing it. And you have to know your controls or whatnot. And yeah, man, I've been putting some hours into it, man. Trying to unlock these goddamn characters, man, have been, that's been what I've been doing all of this time. And, I haven't got everybody unlocked either. Still have a good, 15 characters, I would say, that I need to unlock. But most of them are done. I think you start the game out with like 8 characters and you got 74 characters to unlock. So you got some work, cut out for you. And, they let you have different ways you can unlock them, playing different game modes or whatnot. And that's the cool thing about it, too. Also, I mean, there's so much to do. There's so many different modes. That's one good thing about, Smash Brothers. You are definitely going to get your money's worth out of this game here. I promise you that. There's going to be so much for you to do. There's all kinds of stuff to do. There's somebody on this game that everybody, would like. I mean, there's somebody for everybody on this game. You can't just play with one character. You got to have 2 or 3, maybe 4 or 5 favorites. I know me, I have 3 that I play with, that I like to play with, I have a lot of fun playing with. And those characters are Ike, Ness, and last but not least, Captain Falcon. The Falcon Punch is real in these streets, and you motherfuckers better stay away from it. Each of them have their own, pluses and minuses why I like using them. And it just makes the game fun. And so much music is in this game, man. There's so many tracks. I mean, so many remixes, so many originals to, some of the games we just grew up on, like the Super Mario Brothers 2 song. I mean, I love that. I mean, I love that fucking music, man. And so many more. And when I say so many more, for each stage, man, you got to average at least, you got a dozen tracks. At least, and some have more, remixes or different variations, different stage sections or whatever of the music that you can listen to. It's really dope. It's really awesome, man. And then even the stages, you can play, I think, 3 different modes of per stage. So you can set it up different ways. And, I'm really over 100 stages, I think, choose from. That is a lot of fucking different stages, man. So, I'm still working through some of my favorite stages. I have about 4 of them right now. But I haven't played in all of them yet, so I'm still doing that. But it's definitely worth the game. It's definitely worth the purchase. I'm not really good at it. I'm okay. I'm not, a pro or anything like that. But I mean, it's one of those games that if you are good or if you're not, it doesn't fucking matter. It's going to be fun no matter what you do. And that's what I like about it, man, as well. I like the fact that they have all these characters in here. I mean, from Ryu and Ken now from Street Fighter, and I mean, Kirby. You got it's an excellent game. It's definitely worth your buy. So if you guys don't have it, if you have a Nintendo Switch, man, what's up? Now, it's not all good. It's not all peaches and cherries. I mean, I haven't played online because I don't have Nintendo's online, and I refuse to fuck with it. I refuse to buy it because I told you guys I'm not going to do that right now. If I want to play online, though, this game makes you want to play online. I'm not going to lie. It makes you want to, you know, have some challenges and play online. I'm not going to lie. But from what I've seen out here in these video game streets and listening to different content creators and listening to people, talk about it, it's definitely choppy. And it's definitely got its problems. The online mode does. And that's because there's no dedicated servers. So that's going to be an issue. I definitely is. And when you have lag and you have any kind of lag, man, it can fuck you up real bad. You know what I mean? It's the difference between falling off a cliff or, hitting that, hitting that reflection, getting that down B, what I'm saying, off or whatever. It's definitely a problem. Now, I'm sure you're going to have some good games, some nice fluid ones, but you're also going to have some shitty ones. And, I just don't think that it's worth it, man, right now. You know what I mean? I might fucking decide to just say, okay, I'll do like a $3.99 for a month or some shit like that just to try it out. And depending on how that does, then, let that be the deciding factor. But I just really I don't even want to give them that. I'm sorry. I really don't even give them $4 because why should I, man? They're not looking out for us. Nintendo's not looking out for us on a lot of different things. And this is one of the major things that they need to get this shit together. They really do. But as far as, just playing the game, you can have so much fun. I mean, by yourself with it, though. That's what I've been doing. This whole time unlocking characters and just playing, trying out different modes and stuff like that. And I'm not being online, having a fucking blast still. But I am getting that itch to play online. So I don't know, man. Thought I'd just bring this up and talk a little bit about my experience with the game thus far. I might go ahead and do the online thing just to have something to talk about, and I can kind of, let you guys how it feels on my end of the spectrum and how, I, fared against the online mode on my end out here in Dallas, and, just go from there. But yeah, man, that's where I stand on Smash Brothers. You guys need to check it out if you have not done it. There you have it. All right, guys. Now I'm going to talk about the ending of the show, and pretty much people have been asking me, what have you been watching lately? Like, what have you been doing? You've been laid up sick. What have you been watching? And, I watched a few things actually, I watched Narcos, the last installment of the Narcos series on Netflix, which was pretty fucking dope. Watched it all. But then I got into some anime. Of course, had to watch some of that. What did I watch? Okay. I got into some Castlevania. Yes. Still on that train. But before I get into what I watched, I want to just drop a quick line. And this is about Netflix and what's coming to Netflix. Which got me excited, man. Really got me excited because I didn't even know this. BAKI is coming to Netflix like Tuesday. So I will definitely be filling you guys in on that because I'll be watching that between now and the next podcast. And I'm going to let you guys know how it was and how I felt about the series. Now, BAKI is based on BAKI the Grappler. If you guys don't know, it's a very popular anime out here in these streets. And it's basically about fighters. He's a fighter. And this arc is supposed to be revolving around the prisoner arc, where basically I think he goes to prison and all the characters and I think they're all like on death row and shit. And I think they're fighting for their freedom. I think that's the premise of it. I'm not all the way sure, but I'm definitely going to dive a little bit deeper into that for you guys and let you guys know. But definitely check it out, man. It's on Netflix. The art style looks pretty dope. Like I said, it's coming out Tuesday, the 18th. So I will definitely be putting that on my calendar to check out. I know a little bit about BAKI the Grappler. Watched a little bit some years back and was pleased with what I seen. But I think that was the time when I was watching so much shit at that time. And some anime get lost in the sauce, and that's just how it was. And you never get a chance to get back to it or go and finish it up. So that's pretty much my stance on it. I'm going to check this out, and hopefully this will tell me what I need to do going forward with BAKI. But yeah, it's coming to Netflix, guys. Should check it out. It's just titled BAKI, BAKI, and we're gonna get into some gangster shit with it. Hopefully Netflix does it justice. And which brings me to my next point with Netflix. There's been a lot of rumors and there's been a lot of talk in the streets about one particular anime, which is one of my all-time favorite anime, actually my third favorite all-time. So it's up there. It is fucking up there, and I'm talking about Berserk. And yeah, man, I love fucking Berserk, man. I love Guts. That is my boy. I hate Griffith with a passion. But this, we might be getting a series coming to Netflix. We might be getting the Swordsman coming to Netflix, man. And I really hope so, man. I think it's going to happen. And the only reason why I say that is because too many people are talking about this. Too many people are hyped about it. The guy who's basically in charge of doing Castlevania is the one that, is wanting to take up the mantle with this series, man. And I think I spoke a little bit about this last week, but more and more shit is coming out on it. I think Netflix even took a fucking poll, and yeah, man, we want it. Everybody wants it, so I think it's going to happen. I'm not going to get too excited because even if it does happen, it's not going to happen anytime soon. These things take time. It's definitely a process, so we probably won't. Let's say they did greenlight it. We probably won't see it until late 2019 or maybe early 2020 sometime. But just to know that it's in the works, or just to know that people are talking about it and it could happen, that's all I need to hear. Because if you guys don't know, I mean, they tried to redo the adaptation of the series. They tried to do a continuation of it from the Golden Age arc, and it lasted 2 seasons, and then it just disappeared. It went black because, I mean, the anime fans were fucking rabid. They went ape shit on, Madhouse Studios, which is the guys who fucking, did the animation. And everybody seemed to hate, the CGI shit. They don't like the CGI shit with Berserk. They wanted, standard, art style. They wanted flat. And, me personally, I really didn't care either way. I just want to see Berserk. That's all I cared about. I didn't have too much problems with it. I enjoyed it. I'm just keeping it real. I enjoyed, what they put out, and I was cool with it. But apparently a lot of us weren't out here in the streets, and they spoke. And now, as you can see, as a result of people who stand up and say something about it, that creates change. And evidently, something happened, because now, there's no Berserk. We were supposed to have it that following summer, and it never came back. So, it hurt my heart as a Berserk fan that, didn't get a continuation of it, but it is what it is. That's why I'm so excited for this Netflix thing, because I just want to see Berserk. That's it. I don't care who fucking does it. I just want to see a continuation of, what was left off before. So come on, let's make this happen, Netflix. Let's get it together. Do what you got to do. But yeah, I just thought I'd put that in you guys' ear for any Berserk fans out there. And if you don't know about Berserk, if you haven't seen it, if you don't know what I'm talking about, check it out, man. There's still, some definitely, there's definitely some good shit out there on Berserk now that you can watch, you can check out. The movies are out there from the Golden Age arc. You can even go check out the season that came out back in the 90s. I want to say 95, 96, which basically was about, I want to say it was like 24, 25 episodes. And, I really enjoyed that. Everything from the music to the writing and to, just the breakdown of his character and the other characters around him with the Band of the Hawk and everything like that. You guys should check it out, though. Berserk is the shit, and I hope we get it to Netflix. So now that that's been, said and put on the table or whatever, I'm going to jump back into what I've been watching. And you guys, I'm going to fucking blow your mind, a lot of you guys, because I spoke on this a while back, and I said that I wasn't planning on doing this anytime soon, if ever. But I'll get to that in a minute. But the current 2 animes I'm watching right now, man, is one of them is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I can't remember if I spoke on this last week or not. I'm not sure. But yeah, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, having a great time watching that. And it's definitely different. It's definitely something that, came out of left field for me. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it right now. So I'm still early on in it. And I'm still going to continue to watch it and let you guys know what I think about it. But the other one, I don't even know why I picked up the mantle. I don't even know why I did it. I just, this one, after Naruto Shippuden and binging that 720 episodes, man, I was like, I need a break. I can't watch anything else that long, man. But you know what? I don't have to binge it. I don't have to binge it. I thought to myself, you know what? I could just, take my time with it. There's no rush. 2 episodes, 3 episodes a day. That's not bad. So I said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. I'm watching One Piece now. Yes, I said it. One Piece. Okay. I had to do it. I had to do it. Kind of like, when everybody was talking about Naruto and saying, man, what the fuck are you? What are you? You haven't watched Naruto? Haven't even tried to give it a shot? And, I said, fuck it. So you can thank Naruto for, me watching One Piece in a sense, because, I look at One Piece and, I'm not sure, what this entails, but I hear lots and lots of people, man, talking about One Piece. And I know One Piece is very, very hype, very, very popular. And, I want to get into something huge again. I'm ready. And I don't have to binge it. Naruto was just so fucking good. I just couldn't stop watching. And 800 episodes, 800 plus. I mean, I'll be good, man. I'm not gonna rush it. I'm gonna take my time with it. But yeah, it's definitely something I picked up. I think I've watched like the first 10 episodes, 10, 11 episodes. Okay. So that's where I'm at right now. It's very, very early. I think I talked about it a little bit to somebody on Twitter or something, and somebody, not Twitter, but I think Instagram, one of them. And they said, "Oh shit, man, you got a long way to go. It's gonna get better and better and better." So I was like, "Cool," and I'm pleased with what I've seen so far. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, it didn't. I like what I've seen so far. I like the aspect of it, of how being a pirate and trying to find that One Piece, the legendary One Piece, and everybody trying to have their crews and different powers and different abilities and things of that nature, man. So right now, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm introduced to a first couple of characters. I think Nami and I think and Zoro right now. So, I mean, in Luffy, that's it. Just trying to build a squad, and he's trying to get out here and go and get on the search. He got his map now. So yeah, I'm that's where I'm at right now. So I'm enjoying it. And I'll definitely be filling you guys in as I watch more and more and more of it. So yeah, it's definitely something I want to tackle. And if you guys have any comments or anything, you want to add, you can just hit me up, man. Instagram, hit me up at Studio MacGyver79 or Twitter at Studio MacGyver, and let me know what I'm in for, because I'm in for one hell of a ride apparently. So, but I'm ready for it. I'm ready. That's going to be the show, guys. I'm going to get my ass up out of here. I definitely want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in and listening to this podcast. Definitely got some stuff coming in the works down the pipeline. When the Dragon Ball movie drops, man, we're going to have a big podcast. Can't wait for that. We're going to be talking about, the podcast is going to be all about this movie, what we thought, how we felt, everything. I can't wait for that podcast. It's going to be a very special podcast. But yeah, just some stuff coming down the pipelines, guys. Next month, going to have, like I said, some guests. I try to do one guest a month right now. That's what I'm kind of on right now. And if something comes up, maybe twice a month for you guys. And that's where I'm at right now. If you guys want to, be a guest on the show, I'll say this every week now. I'm on this. I do not mind you guys getting together with me, and we can make something happen, man. I mean, I would love to have some of you guys on the show. If you want to talk about games, if you want to talk about anime or whatever, those two things in particular, we can get into some gangster shit. So like I said before, if you want to reach out to me, you can at Instagram at Studio MacGyver79. Twitter is at Studio MacGyver. Hit me up on one of those two, guys, and you can definitely talk to me, and we'll definitely get into some shit. Yeah, man, I'm also working on a Discord page right now, so I'm going to fatten that up, and then pretty soon I'll have links to those on my YouTube channel, and you guys can check those out. I'm going to have top anime fights, and I'm going to have all kinds of shit on there, the podcasts and all kind of fun stuff, man, on this this page. I'm learning a lot about Discord, and I'm really liking what I'm learning about it. So I'll be looking forward to that too, sometime down 2019, down the pipeline, man. So yeah, also, let me add this. My website is under construction right now. It's still not up. I want to apologize for that, but I do have some things I'm working on, and it will be up soon. I will definitely give you guys a heads up on when it's ready. Just adding some new products and making sure everything is good. But it's basically, you know, a website for anime and video game, you know, culture, you know, nerd culture, if you will. Anything, you know, under that umbrella, you guys can go and you can buy stuff, you know, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, beanies, backpacks, and stuff like that, cups and coffee mugs and stuff. So be looking out for that stuff, guys. I got some awesome products. The Ambu Black Ops line is definitely sick, and some other things now. And then, of course, you know, I add things, you know, over time. And as I accumulate more and more anime, you know, that even makes it better, because then I get more ideas for new things to add, you know, to the store. You know what I mean? So now, you know, me watching One Piece and JoJo's, I mean, that's only going to fatten up, you know, ideas and things to add, you know, to the store for you guys. So big fans of those series, is you guys can definitely check out some more stuff. So yeah, man. Like I said before, I just want to thank you guys for listening to the podcast. All my listeners who tune in every week, I thank you guys for lending me your ear each and every fucking Monday. And I love you guys, man. And continue to listen, and I'll continue to keep making these podcasts. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Love you all. You have been listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. See you next time.